2023 Jaguar F-Pace SVR Edition 1988 First Drive, an epic journey to a legendary racetrack racing history. The Edition 1988 version of the Jaguar F-Pace SVR SUV celebrates an epic Jaguar win in the 1988 24 Hours of Le Mans endurance race, a victory that ended a 31-year drought in the world's greatest sports car race for the storied British marque. The Edition 1988's deep purple-black paint, midnight amethyst is the color, with gold detailing pays homage to the purple and yellow highlights on the livery of the Jaguar XJR-9 that crossed the finish line in first place shortly after 3 p.m. local time on Sunday, June 12, 1988. The race had been a close-run event. Dutchman Jan Lammers, who had shared the number 2 Jaguar with fellow Formula One driver Johnny Dumfries and promising newcomer Andy Wallace, began the final lap just 100 seconds ahead of the menacing Porsche 962 driven by talented all-rounder Klaus Ludwig, whose teammates were 5-time Le Mans winner Derek Bell and the fast and versatile Hans Stuck. Lammers held on, though, and Jaguar finally ended Porsche's 7-year Le Mans domination. That year was the second last without any chicanes on the famous Mulsanne straight to slow the cars. During the race, the slippery WMP88 Peugeot driven by French driver Roger Dorchy hit 252 miles per hour just before the gentle right-hand kink, now the site of the second chicane, that led into Mulsanne corner. On a different track photographer Charlie McGee and I are not bound for Le Mans, however, despite the French circuit's obvious connection with the 2023 Jaguar F-Pace SVR Edition 1988. Instead, we head to the site of another French racetrack, now long forgotten. A track that was arguably even more intimidating than Les Ardes, and that for 30 years many regarded as a rival to Germany's legendary Nürburgring Nordschleife, the Circuit of Charade, near Clermont-Ferrand in central France. Completed in 1958, the Circuit of Charade swooped and swept around 2 of the extinct volcanoes that provide the dramatic backdrop to the city, where the Michelin brothers founded their eponymous tire company in 1889. The last race held on it was in September 1988, just 3 months after the XJR-9's epic Le Mans triumph. Charade packed 50 corners and more than 500 feet of elevation change into a single, mad 5-mile lap. "I don't know a more wonderful track," said Stirling Moss, after winning a Formula 2 race there in August 1959. Indeed, the Circuit of Charade ranks among the best and sorts out those who can drive from those who are just trying to kid us, as the doyen of F1 reporters, Dennis Jenkinson, wrote in 1972. And Jenks, who had ridden along with Moss to win the 1955 Mille Miglia, one of the greatest drives in motorsport's history, was right. Just 4 F1 Grands Prix were held at the Circuit of Charade between 1965 and 1972, and each was won by a driver who would finish the year as world champion: Jim Clark, 1965, Jochen Rindt, 1970, and Jackie Stewart, 1969 and 1972. Jaguar's stonking SUV. It's more than 250 miles from Paris to Clermont-Ferrand, most of it on smooth and beautifully maintained autoroute. Once clear of the mercifully light Saturday afternoon Paris traffic, the big Jaguar settles down to a relaxed 86-mile-per-hour cruise, the engine turning just 2,000 RPM in 8th gear. It could go much faster, of course. Its top speed is 178 miles per hour, but the gendarmerie tends to vigilantly police the 80-mile-per-hour speed limit, so discretion is the better part of valor. The PIV Pro infotainment system consigns the clunky, miserable user experience of the old setup to the dumpster. The heated and cooled SVR performance seats not only look the part, but prove notably comfortable, and the 542 horsepower supercharged V8 under the hood growls agreeably when I punch the Jag away from the occasional toll booth.